Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome back. I'm Jeannie and I've been seeing guava nails a lot lately and I thought this trend was too cute not to try for myself. But of course I'm going to do a little spin on it and I'm going to add some chrome just for a little bit of pop. And I thought this gel polish here would be the perfect base for these guava nails. So this is Cute-cumber. How cute is that name, by the way? I love the little puns. But this is from a new company. So the new company is Seoul Wraps. They have the semi-cure gel wraps, which I've tried, which I've really enjoyed. But they also have gel polishes, and their gel polishes are HEMA-free, 21-free, vegan, and cruelty-free. And I also do have an affiliate code with them. You can use code Genie15 to save 15% off your orders if you order from their website. Of course, you don't have to use my code because I will make a small commission, but if you do, I do appreciate your support. And for the guava part, I will be doing a scrub ombre. So I bought this really fun eyeshadow palette off of Amazon. I'll leave it linked down below in the description. I just love the variety of the colors and it was really inexpensive. I think I maybe spent like $20 on it. So I am going to use that to do the middle part, the pink part of the guava nails. I am going to be doing press-ons for today's mani, so I have my tips all sized out and on my stand. And as usual for my press-on process, I like to start with a layer of gel base first. So this is the Yogo Zombie Gel Base Coat. I'm just going to apply a thin, even layer of this to all the tips, and then I'll give them a cure for a full 60 seconds. I do find that the Yogo Zombie base gel, it is a little bit thicker. So I'm always really cautious to make sure that I don't make my layers too thick, but I still like to start with that layer of gel base because not only does it help the gel polish color adhere to the tips better, it also helps the gel polish apply more smoothly and evenly. All the nails are going to be the same process, so I'm only going to show you the first two nails and I'll do the rest of the nails off camera because I really want to show you my whole process, but I'm pretty sure you don't want to see that 5 times. After I cured my gel base, I'm going to start applying my gel polish color. So Cute-cumber is going to be on all my nails as my base. And as I'm applying it, I want to make sure I have as thin a layers as possible because I want to make sure that it's curing all the way through. Because pastels can be a little bit more difficult depending on how opaque they are because they have that white pigment in them. So that makes them a little more difficult to cure. So I want to make sure that my layers are thin. And if I need to build up opacity, I'll do that with more layers rather than applying thicker layers. Because if your layers are too thick, they may not cure properly, and that could lead to you wearing uncured gel, and that could lead to gel sensitivities or allergies. As well as if it's too thick, it could also wrinkle, which doesn't look good either. So you want to be really careful. So you may be able to see with this layer, it is a little bit sheerer. It's not full opacity, but that's okay because I'm going to build it up with total layers like I talked about to get that opacity rather than going thicker with my layers. As far as the gel polish formula, I'd say this is a thinner consistency. And so far, I can only speak to this color. So I don't know if that's standard across all their gel polishes because this is the first one I've used. So I'll let you know as I use more if it's just standard to have like a thinner formula. But I don't think it's thin enough to where like it'd start running if you used it on your natural nails. But the other thing I'll say is I feel like looking back at this video, it does look opaque in one layer, but like in person, I could see sheerer spots, which is why I'm going in with the second layer. The other thing I'm doing is if I'm polishing my actual nails, I will cap the free edge, and that, helps make sure that I don't get any shrinkage when I'm curing the gel polish. But because these are full coverage tips, these are press-ons, I'm not capping just the free edge. I'm kind of wrapping the entire nail. So I'm making sure I'm getting the polish color on the edges of the nail as well, because some gel polishes can shrink a little bit during the curing process. So the color will pull away and you may see like a little bare spot. So I'm just making sure that I'm kind of wrapping around that color a little bit, but I don't want to wrap it too much to where I'm getting gel polish on the underside of the nail, because if it runs through the underside, that could impact the fit. So I want to be really careful. And if I do get polish on the underside, I want to wipe it off before I cure it. I'm happy with the coverage of the 2 layers, so now I'm going to get into the scrub ombre. But before I can do that, I do need a matte surface in order for it to work. So I am going to use my Divox Zero Matte Gel Top Coat. I bought this off of Sweetie Nail Supply, and it's my favorite matte top coat to use lately. Just because matte top coats can be tricky. They can be very finicky, they can be streaky if you don't apply it just right. But this one's a little more forgiving and easy to use. So I like to apply about a medium consistency. So I don't want my layers too thin because I don't want it to be streaky, but I don't want it too thick where I create a lot of bulk. So I do just about a medium amount of that matte top coat. I just want to make sure that it's leveling. This one does self level fairly quickly, so that makes it easy to use as well. So once I have the matte top coat on all the nails, I'm going to give it a full cure for 60 seconds. And this is a really good matte top coat because it truly is matte. It doesn't have that satiny look to it. So here's how it's looking. And so I find, which I don't know if it's actually necessary or not, but I like to wipe off the nails with some isopropyl alcohol and a lint-free wipe before I do anything to them. They're not tacky or anything like that, but I just feel like it works better to give them a quick wipe first. For the middle part of the guava nail, I'm going to do a scrub ombre using this eyeshadow palette, and I'm super excited to finally use this. And for the scrub ombre part, I want more of a smaller compact brush. So this is the Orly dry brush. I believe they sent it to me quite a while ago, so I'm not sure whether or not it's available, but if I can find it, I'll link it. I like it because it's a little bit stiffer and it's thinner because I don't have a lot of surface area on the nail. So I want to make sure that I'm not like accidentally scrubbing too much pigment around the nail. So I just dipped that brush into the eyeshadow color. And so I'm starting at the middle of my nail and I'm kind of in a circular motion. I'm scrubbing in that pigment. And so you can see that color transferring onto the matte surface. Now I will say eyeshadow palettes, they do work. However, because they're meant for like your face for makeup, they do have like other additives and things like that in there. So if you want a better color payoff, it's probably better to go with just a straight pigment rather than using an eyeshadow palette. But I really love the affordability and the color array that you can get from a palette like this because I don't know, I didn't count, but there are a ton of colors on here and like a little bit goes a long way. So I start in the center because I want that to be the most concentrated amount of color. And then I will gently start scrubbing around because I want it to kind of fade around the edges of the nail, and I went a little bit too far on the edges. And this is the great part is I just took some isopropyl alcohol and a lint-free wipe, and anywhere where I went a little bit too far, I can just give it a quick wipe, and that'll wipe away any of the shadow that I don't want on there. So it's really easy to clean up if you make any mistakes. But because I did that, it made the line like a little too stark and I want it blended. So I just went in and did a little more scrub just to blend in those lines a little bit more. This set is starting to look super fun, but it wouldn't be complete without seeds because guava does have seeds. So I decided to try this gel. This is the Nailbayo Nudi Beige. I wanted something a little more subtle. I didn't want it to stand out against the colors that I'm using, which is why I decided to try to use this one. So I just applied a little bit of it to my disposable palette, and I'm just taking an orange wood stick, dipping it into that color, and then this is a test seed. And what I realized is, while I didn't want it to stand out, you couldn't see it at all with this color. So I'm just incorporating some yellow. So this is Buttercup from Seoul Wraps. And I'm just going to apply a little dollop of that next to my Nudie Beige. And I'm going to mix them together because I want it to be like a subtle yellowish color. I don't want it a bright yellow, but I don't want it too dull either. So just mixing it up, it made just like a paler yellow, which I think works really well against these colors. So I'm just dipping my dipping my orange wood stick into the color, and I'm just drawing like little dots, little ovals where I want some seeds. I don't want to overload it with some seeds, so I'm just randomly placing them around in like little clusters. And I'm going to do this for all the nails, and then once I'm done, I'm going to cure it for a full 60 seconds. After I finish with all my seeds and have them fully cured, the last thing I want to do is add a little bit of chrome. So in order for the chrome to stick to my nails, I do need a no wipe gel top coat. And if you caught my last video, I'm not sure if it was my last video actually, but if you caught my birthday nail set, after I applied my chrome, I forgot to dust off the excess chrome powder and I went straight in with my top coat. So this is now my dedicated bottle of chrome top coat just because it's contaminated with like little chrome particles, which I don't mind. I need it in a separate bottle anyway. So I'm just going ahead and applying a thin, even layer of this top coat to all the nails. I want to make sure that it's nice and even because chrome will show off any imperfection. But the good thing about this top coat is it is really self-leveling, so it levels out really nicely. I want to flash cure it, so only about 15 seconds in my lamp, because if I over cure it, the chrome won't stick. And for my chrome, I'm using this chrome pen from iGel Beauty. This is AC1, a Candy Aurora Chrome. I love their Aurora Chromes and especially the chrome pens because you can see hopefully in the cap is where the chrome powder sits. And so the applicator, as you screw in to the cap, it picks up that chrome powder. So it just makes it less messy to use. So I've got that chrome pigment on the applicator, and so I just want to apply the chrome around the perimeter of the nail. So I don't want to do the inside where I have the pink. I just want it around the green to make it pop a little bit more. And I love the way like this chrome accented the green color. So because it's an Aurora chrome, it's very subtle. It kind of ombres in nicely and blends in so you can't really see like a stark line. So anywhere where there's green is where I'm just going ahead and applying that chrome. After I applied chrome to all the nails, at this point they're only flash cured because I only cured the top coat for 15 seconds. So I popped them back in my lamp to cure them the rest of the way because I want to make sure that my gel is fully cured. And so now that it's fully cured, I'm going to go ahead and go in with one final layer of top coat. This is going to seal in my chrome and protect it so it doesn't rub off. So I'm just applying one thin even layer of gel top coat to all the nails, and then I'll give it a full cure in my lamp for 60 seconds. I went ahead and applied my press-ons off camera, and I'm going to finish off my mani by rehydrating my cuticles with my Scales of a Mermaid cuticle oil. This is the May limited edition scent. This is One Way Please, and it's releasing on Sunday, May 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you love fruity scents, you're going to love this one. It ranks up there with Show Me Your Fishy Face, which, if you know me, you know that says a lot because Show Me Your Fishy Face is my absolute favorite. This is citrusy fruity with a little bit of tart. It's just super refreshing. And I do have an affiliate code. You can always use code Genie10 to save 10% off your orders and support me. So that pretty much wraps up today's video. And I have to say, even though this was a simpler set, I think it is so cute and I'm so glad I tried it. I would definitely do this again. So I'm curious, have you tried a guava set before? Do you plan to? Let me know your thoughts on this set down below in the comments. So I hope this video was helpful and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue creating content like this. And it also helps YouTube recommend me to others, which helps grow my channel. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I upload content every Monday and Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.